Ooh, ooh, I'm gonna drop the link, you guys. If I can do it. Ooh, really? All right. Okay. So we got shit to talk about. All right. And I see her in the back, you guys. Welcome to the courtyard, you guys. I'm gonna see her in the back. Okay. I whipped this up just now, pretty much, when I was over in Treasy's, okay. After do a proper introduction.
Ooh,
Okay, this is okay. It's not a game. Oh, okay. No, no, this is random. It's random. What's up? What's up, sis? Let me bring her on. Um, I tried to invite you. Let me try this one more time. I got you, random. Come back up, random, please. I don't know what happened. All right, let's get it. Okay. Um, invite guests. Let's see. Wait a minute. No, no mute. I don't want to mute. Let's see. I'm sorry. Try that one more time. StreamYard is messing with me. All right, let me see. All right. All right. So add to stream. There you go. That's what I need to do. Okay, and let me do this here. Add to stream. Okay,
Ooh, child.
I know that's right.
Good
I think we
morning,
have random
y'all.
crafting coming up too as
Ooh,
well.
child. Okay, well, I'm gonna be
Okay.
on mute. Hey, random.
Hey, I didn't
I'll be
want to
on mute.
impose. I just wanted to come up real quick. I can't see very well anymore, so typing is an issue. But I wanted to come and tell y'all I still be in your clouds. I'm proud of you fighting that good fight to keep your channel out there, getting them numbers rolling and doing what you do. And I just wanted to give you that little bit of love.
Thank you. You know I appreciate that too because I'm going through a lot too, and I'm just trying to fucking push through it.
Hey,
So
babe,
thank you.
it's like everybody's catching it this year. I mean,
Mhm.
everybody. So I
Yup.
just wanted you to know I still be peeping in. Just want to give you a little love for y'all got started.
Okay, and I have been watching you too over and misunderstood. Um,
Aw.
but don't be a stranger around here at the courtyard, you guys. And also to the listening audience, if you guys are fearful of clicking a damn link, you guys, this is what the newest addition that I added to my channel. Okay, it's a courtyard calling line.
Oh, I like that beat. But that's what's up. Keep growing, baby. Keep pushing. Keep doing what you're doing. I promise you, the right ones will find you and your channel will continue to grow.
No doubt. Thank you. Appreciate
And
it.
I'm back in your clouds, love.
Okay, we'll connect. Hey, Miss Paulette, can you hear me, Miss Paulette?
Hey, I was on mute.
Okay, got you.
And random,
So
random.
of course, I brought you over here to talk about Kim, but before then, there was something that was brought up, and I watched what I could today of it, but like mentally, I'm not like really always there, and I was trying to understand it, but I was trying to understand what was going on between Heat Wave and Reed, the Heart of Philadelphia, and I did listen to both of their addresses. I think I understood more with Reed, but a lot of her position was like more of a position of defense, but I didn't understand what the offense was coming from Heatwave. Did you understand that?
See, I don't know because I didn't know about, I'm just learning about this from you. I'll have to go back and, review some lives. Cause see, I didn't know they had an issue. Cause see, I don't be at Reese a lot and I don't be at I mean Heat Wave a lot. And I meant to go to Heat
Okay.
Wave the other day because she said she was gonna put some on her community wall, but I didn't
Yeah, I
make it
did.
over there.
Hmm.
And she had, asked me, Nika, and Faith Yaya, and Theo, I think, if it was cool, and it was,
Hmm.
but I didn't go to see what she put up, so I don't know. I don't know why they
Okay.
would be.
Yeah, I wasn't able to follow that neither. Okay, but I could tell that you really want to like, go in a little. And I wanted to give you that space because I don't have that alliance, you know, and that working relationship in regards to him. But before you go in, I do want to know the origins. You keep mentioning how he started with you. I want to know how did that happen?
Well, see, this go back because I used to mod for Bless every morning. You know me when we used to stay up all night over his trees all night. I would
Hmm.
be trying to stay up because I knew I had to mod for Bless. You know, it kind of messed my schedule up when at the time when me and Teresa started staying up all night. Sometime I'll be late getting into Blessed and all of that. Well, Ken was a mod for her too.
Yup.
I had been a mod for Blessed, not from the beginning of her, but I had been a mod for her a long time. And so Ken was the mod over there, and several of us. And we got along, good as mods and stuff. Well, he would constantly clown over there, have like hissy fits and just call people like, okay, like I'm your mod. And then when I come up, I hit your link. But then like it's different people I would call bees and hoes and you ain't shit, bitch, and and this is early in the morning now. And so it would, he would do her people like that, and he would like if he didn't like them, he would like
Right.
pick at them and then get on the panel and say cruel things and
Right.
bless lost people. Okay, bless lost people. And see, he did Nika the same way. He was dogging both of them out bad, but they were still protecting him, still for
Right.
study forgiving him, study letting him come back. I ain't gonna turn my back on him. He's just like a son. He's this, he's just young and blah blah blah. Just making every
I
excuse you
thought
could think.
maybe I thought maybe one factor was, and I think I may have heard it, but don't quote me on it. But I think one factor may have been like the location, like the region that they're in. You know how people tend to be more endearing with people who are in
Yeah,
their state or their city and
he's from
stuff like that.
Louisiana.
I thought, yeah, but none of that really means anything. Like when it doesn't go both ways when it's not reciprocated. That's the whole
It
point.
wasn't reciprocated at all. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It wasn't reciprocated at all. And he did it over and over because he get mad for no reason, and then he would go to make a live and call them bees
And
and
cuss
them
them the fuck out. Smooth the fuck out.
yeah, he would cuss them out real, 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 real bad. And so, this just went on and on and on. He would do it and take the live down and then call him or
Okay.
either text him that night and say, I
Eh,
don't know, I'm sorry, I don't know why I did that. And please forgive me, I ain't gonna do it no more. Then next thing you know, here he back on the video the next day, a day or two later, modding again. And then sometime he would be out. You know how he'd be out moving around. And we wouldn't know it because he wouldn't be in the chat. But all of a sudden you would see people disappearing, like blocking them. You see, they disappear, disappear, disappear. And then they say, who's blocking? And it wouldn't be me or the other mods, it wouldn't be us, but it wouldn't show him for some reason. It would not show him, but I think Bless might have been able to see it, or he might have thought that we could see it. And he would come on, oh, I'm sorry, my phone was in my pocket. I didn't. I'm sorry. He would say stuff, and it would happen over and over. Okay, but I didn't say nothing because it ain't my channel. I ain't. What is it for me to say? If you like it, I
right.
love it.
Right.
I, I'm just a model, and he ain't mess with me. And you see
Yeah,
who
let
it
me
is
say
when
this
you
real
tell
quick.
me.
I'm looking towards the chat and I see that Squirrel Girl said she's a new subby, he or she, I don't know who's behind it. But thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I just want to thank the pieces and the mods over in Treaties for the work that they've been doing for the past 2 days. I mean, like they've been working diligently trying to get other people to subscribe to me. So I thank you guys. And just a few minutes ago, I'm at 900. So I'm
Okay,
still happy because I'm not going nowhere, and I will reach 1,000 by
you gonna
hook or
get it.
crook.
You'll get it.
Yup. And I may guess what? I may not even get it in the beef sector, but I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, you
Yup.
go over, move around. That's hey, you got some people
Yup.
got to do it harder than the others. You
Mm-hmm.
might have to
Yup.
start. Whatever chats you in, or people that you've been subscribed to, have them push you. What's hard about that? If they drop that link, hey, I've been trying to get to this 1,000. Can you help me? You
Right.
know, and
Right.
all they
I
gotta do is say,
realize
"Y'all subscribe."
I realize that. And I do want to
Oh,
get to like whatever you had to say in terms of dragging Ken. But before then I want to ask the $1 million question that a lot of other people would like to know in this sector. How come you have not started your channel?
I don't want one.
Okay, I
You know,
understand. Like I can leave it at that. Like when
yeah,
people
a
say
lot of
because I
people
don't want one.
people ask me that all the time and tell me I
Hmm.
want to subscribe to you. I want you to get a channel. Pizarro even asked me that. She was saying, I was saying, I don't want no channel. She said, Paulette, if you had a channel, what would you talk about? I say, well, gardening and stuff like that, maybe. You know,
Hmm.
maybe. I don't know. I might talk. If I did have a channel, I'd probably be just as messy. I would have a messy channel, actually. that you come over here
Hmm.
and talk about whoever I don't give a damn. Talk about whoever you want to, but don't talk about Teresa. Don't talk about yeah. You know people I'm cool with, but for as the rest of them people out there have it. You know,
Hmm.
if you got
No
something to get
doubt.
off your chest or somebody messing with you out in them YouTube streets, and you ain't got no, you think you ain't got no voice? Come on,
Hmm.
express yourself.
Noble, I'm a little weird and probably uninformed, but I'm reading your comment, and it says you know you're good. You're a good. I think it's supposed to be you're a good 500 and 2,000 watch hours for monetization. Monetization. I thought it was 4,000 hours watch hours for monetization. Maybe they changed it,
Yeah,
or
they
maybe
did
I
some
just
change.
so
You
it's
need to
less
look at
now.
them alert thing. Yeah, you need to look at that.
Hmm.
However
That's
way
good
that
to
they
know.
get in touch with you, you need to read them
Hmm.
whenever you come through. Read them because things change constantly on here.
Hmm. And I'm a,
You know what's cool
and
today may not be cool tomorrow.
and yeah, my whole approach to my channel is eventually I'm going to be doing business here and things of that nature, which is why I carry
Yeah,
myself a certain way. But I'm gonna tell you this: whether I get monetized at 1,000 or not, I still want 1,000. You see what I'm saying? Because that would
yeah,
most likely increase my viewership. So for that
right.
reason and beyond, I want 1,000 and beyond. So that will happen because I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, you'll get it.
So.
But like I said, you got to ring
Hmm.
bells out there at these different content creators
Hmm.
that you support. You know, every little bit help. You know,
It
because I
does.
ran over here to
It
this
can.
on Teresa Lab when she was doing her commentary. I said, let me go over here and see how many people y'all have now. Let me see if it is 1,000. Because see, I had been on your live earlier that you did earlier, but I didn't think to look and see how many subscribers you had. Okay, so I went back over and looked, and I seen where you was at. So that's when I put a thing in Teresa's chat to make the pieces aware that didn't know you're not at your 1,000 yet. We need to get them there.
Hmm.
You know,
I also don't. I also don't want to overlook the work that the Jewels have been doing too, like in terms of
yeah,
trying to get me to 1,000 or just get me closer. It's about getting me close to 1,000.
yeah.
And some
Every
people
I
have
don't
like
care if it's 3 a day that you get from
some
these
people have
different subscribers.
some people have gone out that way. Like if they have like more than one account or troll accounts, they have sub to me that way, and I appreciate that as well.
Hmm.
But moving right along.
But see, I don't have no troll account. I don't even know how to make one. But I want the people to know what I say to them. You know, I ain't no punk.
So you mentioned some of the effed up ish that Kim been doing, like in those years. And I was around to see a lot of that, like when he would like have an issue with them, keep pretty much keep his mouth shut there and then run right over to his channel and cuss them smooth out. But how did he come to single you out? That's what I would like.
Okay, like that last round that him and Bless had, he I was a mod because see, I didn't ask him to be no mod, but I was supporting him because Bless and Nika and he was a mod and I was a mod at Bless. So I would go over there because he didn't have very many people that was in his lives that was going over there. So I would go over there and support him, not every day, but whenever I thought, whenever one else do, go over there and support it. And one day I was over there, he modded me up. And I seen my name going blue, but I didn't say nothing. He said, Paul, I'm just letting you know I modded you up. And it was just like that. And so I said, well, I didn't care, because I'm gonna do the same thing I do over Bliss. I ain't gonna be blocking folks, which I don't do now, still modding for other people, but I ain't trying to do that. It ain't that serious to me unless the channel holder tell me to block them, unless they put something they don't supposed to put in the chat. Disgusting. You see what I'm saying? That's the only way I would block them. But I usually ask for it. But I ask for I block. It's got to be a bad reason, or the content creator say block that person. And so
Yeah.
that's how I became a mod for him. So I would support him more, go to his lives more because I'm a mod. You see what I'm saying? He wanted me to be over here to mod. So that
Hmm.
means, to me, it means you need to get over here whenever they go live. because it's no
Mhm.
guarantee the other mods might show up, not show up. So it was
It
like
is
that. So it was cool.
it is a weird feeling like to be modding for someone else and to block people. And I got a lot of that experience more so with over at Tracy's because there's a lot of people that come over there that needs to be blocked. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but I kind of see myself as being open. Like I'm thinking like if I'm brought to block you, you must be doing like everything unthinkable that you're not everything inappropriate that you're not supposed to be doing, you know?
Well,
Because
see,
I
what
give so
I
many
reason
chances.
that I do it
Like
like I
I'll
do,
first call them out and be like, "Yo, I see you. Like, are you
yeah,
okay?"
right.
You know.
And see, I hardly ever call anybody out because there's mods that been there longer than me, and to me, that's their responsibility. Unless it's somebody that I see is out of control, and I might say something just like you do. Most of the time it ain't even gonna get to me. Somebody gonna take care of it before I even think about having to block. Because see, I'm speaking. So I'm speaking to people. So I'm really up in the chat. Y'all down in the chat because y'all not speaking. So y'all seeing who all come in. And see, that's
Hmm.
another reason I don't really have to block because I'm up here speaking, welcoming everybody in the chat. So y'all seeing them before I ever when I get to them, they already blocked. And then
Okay.
I'll point on to see what the hell they said to get blocked. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Have you ever seen the They're not everywhere, but I have seen it. So I want to know if you ever seen it. So everybody knows you as the woman that says hello to everyone. Have you ever seen the people that complain to you about the fact that you speak to everyone
Yes.
and try to make an issue out of it?
And
It's like you
all they
can't
have
win
to
for
do,
losing.
if they tell me not to speak to them, I speak to them. But if some people they have told me, don't speak to me, don't address me. So I don't address them ever again. And I can tell you exactly who they are because I remember them.
Okay.
Jay Don told me that, and it's been like way over a year ago. So why the hell are we into it now? Why the hell are you trying to dox me? The first time we on well, we've been on panels before and not address each other. What the hell went on yesterday? What the hell did I say that offended you that bad for you to threaten to dox me like that?
When she
You see
asked
them?
you not to speak, when she asked you not to speak to her, did she say why?
I think she got mad because me and Tracy was discussing her on a live,
Uh,
which we discuss
right.
a lot of stuff. A lot of people we discuss. You see how we do on the panel.
Commentary.
We're not really out of bounds. We doing content. I'm talking to Tracy about things that I seen out here in the streets that she didn't see. We discuss things we did see. Both of us see. Sometimes both of us be in the same chat. Sometimes we don't. A lot of times when I see Tracy in the chat, I'll go find somebody else live so we'll have something to discuss. And I make a little note on my notepad. That's how I do that. I go to another chat, or either she'll go to another chat.
Mm.
But if
Random crank,
somebody's cool, we stay. Both of us
random,
stay.
random crafting gamer. It's a commitment. It's a commitment to do that. I don't have it in me, but I applaud those who can. Woo.
But see, I be on
Oh,
YouTube all the time. I have a lot of free time on my hands. And I love YouTube. I love going from chat to chat to chat. I love it.
mhm.
You know. And when I get burnt out, I just turn this shit off and don't even watch it, Which I do that. Sometimes I get ghosts.
Yeah, I remember we were looking for you for a minute. You had us
Mhm.
nervous way back when.
Yeah. I was gone.
Yeah.
And I didn't miss it, And then I finally decided to come back on YouTube again. You know, I just wasn't interested in. Plus, I had got that COVID, and it was just a mess. Because it's a mess. I got it 2 times, and that's a mess.
Wow. I'm glad I never got that.
But that's
Whew.
some bad shit. You don't want it. I don't wish it on nobody. And my
Yeah,
granddaughter, she done had it like 4 times. My granddaughter.
Yeah.
The
A blood a family member of mine had got it, and she was in a coma for 6 months. They wound
yeah,
up when she woke up, they wound up writing her up like in like a local newspaper or whatever for being affected, the longest, I guess, like having the longest hospital stay in that area
yeah.
or whatever, having COVID.
Well, you know that guy Walter Hampton that have a channel that got the big guy that got the big muscles.
Yeah, the gay dude.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Mm,
his lover, they would travel a lot, go to other countries and things like that. Well, they went to a country, like like a cruise, like a 2 week cruise, because they do the thing, they was doing it up. And when they got back here in America, he had got like a cold, somewhere on that ship, he caught a cold. That's what they thought it was. And it got
mm.
worse and worse. In a few days, it moved fast on him. And he wound up going to the hospital. That man wound up in a coma, on ventilators. Then
Yup.
when he finally woke up, he couldn't walk. He couldn't do
Yup.
shit.
She had to
He
relearn. Yeah.
not,
Like you'll be in therapy after you get out of bed with that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And see, like cause like while he was hospitalized, like he had his own place and Walter had his own place. Well, see, Walter was trying to keep the bills going at his house and his partner's house. Well, they got too much. Well, I can't do this. You can only do it so many months. And so they had to get him moved, his furniture and blah, blah, blah. Because he was paying car notes, all kind of shit. Your car note, your house note. He was paying all that kind of stuff. Well,
So, but I'm sorry. Keep going.
see, and the man wound up because he couldn't walk or do anything, and it was time for him to release from the hospital. So they had to find a therapy place for him. Somebody that could get
Yup.
him back healthy if possible.
Yup.
So he had to go from the hospital straight to this place, but bills keep going. And Walter couldn't keep him going. So he put his stuff in storage and then, go visit him and stuff. But you just think
Hmm.
about it because your life stopped, but your bills go on. Your car note go on, your
All of
rent
that
or
stuff
your
goes
house
on.
note, it go on. They don't know nothing about no COVID. You see what I'm saying? The bills don't know nothing about that. And that
Yup.
man, I don't know if he's out of that place yet. And that's been way over a year ago.
Hmm.
Because sometimes I go to
My
Walter's
family.
channel hoping he'll put something up, but and then I don't want to ask him. But I be wondering, I might just go one day and just scroll through all his videos and see if the man ever come out of that like nursing place.
Wow. My cousin who had it, she had to relearn to walk and talk
Yeah, that's
coming
how
out
he
like
had to
that.
do. Mhm.
Yup.
It took everything. And I tell you, a YouTuber, like as far as a content creator, the worst I know that had the COVID was Brian, and like the respirator that they had him on infected him some kind of way. It almost took Brian out. See, and a lot of people don't know that, but see, I've been watching Brian for years and years, and that COVID is not a joke, and I don't play with it. Like if I have it, when I had it, I would not be. I stayed in my room, no contact with no family and stuff, and then we wasn't letting people come in the house. If somebody came or if they needed something, like I think it was Thanksgiving, one Thanksgiving, we made the plate. They were called, and we would make a plate and give it to them at the door. We wasn't having people in at all.
Exactly.
Now we do allow people in the house, but very few. You got to be cool, brother, sister. And see, my next to the oldest brother, his house is still like that. We don't let anybody come in. We talk to you like, go. Hey, now I done had it twice, and my granddaughter done had it 4 times. We have to do every precaution we can
Damn.
because we more prone to it than other people. And like when I go out of the house, I'm masked up. I don't touch things, and whatever I touch, I wash. Use my sanitizers. I don't touch nothing, but if I do have to touch something, I use my sanitizer. If it's a bathroom in that building, I will go in that bathroom and wash my hands and then not touch stuff because I
Right.
know I'm prone to it. And then when I get home, like shopping from the grocery store, whatever, wash everything, canned foods, everything, because other people have touched it. Because I
Mm.
know I can get it easy. I know I can get it easy, so I have to be extra precaution.
When it comes to I think his name is Walter Hampton. Is it Walter Hampton?
Hmm.
Okay. I just know who he is. I'm not all that familiar. I had no idea that he brought his boyfriend on. So I guess you seen his boyfriend.
Hmm.
I guess you seen him.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't know that.
yeah. The guy that he been with, he's been with him for years. You see what I'm saying? And like when the man was in the hospital, like in that coma and stuff, he was there. The only time he would leave was like to go to work or to work out, and he was right back at the hospital. He lived at the hospital just about with that man. You know,
Squirrel Girl. Uh, are your kids were they fully vaccinated when getting it? I know you can get it that way, but just answer me, please. Someone type Ezra type Earl. Who's Earl? I'm not sure.
is that what the guy name is? I can't remember the guy name. But see, I watched Walter for years, but so much is going on, I don't watch him like I used to. And so they said there that is his name Earl. But him and that guy, they would travel, they be out every year, they take him like maybe two big nice trips. Going I just say go, they say like, yeah, we going to Iran. I guess they say their money up and then they go, you know.
Mm,
But
mm,
but like I think that relationship, I don't think they would have wound up getting married, but I think they was they cared a lot for each other. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you care a lot for a person, but I don't think I want to marry you. You see what I'm saying? That's how I be with people. That's why I ain't never got married.
mm.
Cause I'm
Squirrel Girl said that Walter said that they are getting divorced.
so they married. They got married.
I don't know.
Well, is the man walking and stuff now? Or is he still in that therapy place or did he get out? Cause he's not a bum. The guy got it going on, his lover.
Okay.
But I don't think either one of them like a slouch or anything. I think they both like got money to travel. They have to have money to travel like they did.
Right.
And
So
they
they
got
working and
married.
winning.
Cause
Mm,
see that when the man got sick, Walter couldn't like sign things because he was not the man's spouse at that time. His family had to come here, go wherever he was at. He got out. Okay, good, good, good. Cause I mean, that mess hit him. It knocked him. As soon as they got back here, he didn't get to. It was a couple of days after he got
yeah.
off the ship. He was in the hospital in
It,
a damn coma.
it will put you down. It will put you down.
Yeah,
Um.
and I'm glad it didn't do me like that. And it killed a lot of people. A lot of people died, and like Bizarro was dragging one time, and she said, "Hell, that's why they got the you got the COVID that time, and this and that. You could have died." And I say, COVID ain't got no. It don't discriminate. It don't care what color you are. It don't care if you are a baby just born, or if you are
mm.
110 years old. It don't discriminate. It don't care what color you are, what race you are. It don't give a damn. You know. And see, I have not taken the vaccination. I don't want that shit in my body. Uh-uh. I
Mm.
don't want it. And see,
I
like my
got all
granddaughter,
of mine.
they all took it.
Yeah.
They all took it because, they working, they in school and stuff. So I could see them taking it. But with me,
Hmm.
I don't need it. I don't want that. I don't want it. I don't want it.
And
I'm
now when
scared
I
I
think
might
about it,
get sick.
and
I
now
don't
when I
know because been sick.
now when I think about it, a lot of my shots were job related, but I was gonna get the shots anyway. But yeah, like I
Yeah.
can't even really show up without it.
Right. But if I worked, I would get it because I'm be around a lot of people. But see, I don't be around a lot of people, period. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Uh-uh. That shit scared me. And I don't want it no more. And like I said, when I go out, I'm protected. And I strip as soon as I get back in. I get out of the clothes, period. I strip and then and take a shower and be in a gown. I ain't finna do that. I'm not gonna take that. Cause see, it could be in my clothes. I don't know how that shit get on you.
Yeah,
It,
with
it
them
might not just
droplets.
come on.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I
It,
might walk by somebody and they might cough or something to get on my clothes.
it could be on your
And
mask
then
if your
here I am
mask.
wearing it all day. Yeah. Wearing them same clothes all day. And then get home and I spread the shit around all through my house when I sit down. No, they come off.
Yup.
They got I strip.
I
I
hope I
strip.
never get that.
I don't care.
Mhm.
I strip. I
Okay,
strip. I
so
change. I get that feel.
okay, so back to Twinkle Toes. Queen, do you have anything else that you would like to say or whatever? Because it seemed like you were fitting to drag, and I was getting ready.
Well, see, like um when like when him and Bless fell out for good. Of course, I'm still a mod, for both of them. But then, like that
Hey,
last time they got
wait a minute.
into it,
Miss
and see, that's
Paulette, is Miss Bless still around?
every once in a while I'll see a comment she makes somewhere, or she'll put some on her
Oh,
community wall. See, I'm still
is
subscribed,
she
so I get all of them. Because
is
sometimes
she
she'll
still
come
doing
on me in
content?
church, but she don't like make content.
Okay,
Like
so
she don't
she's no
come
longer.
live like this no more.
Got you. Got you. Yeah, because I know she had that morning block.
She. But if she do come back on, yeah, if she do come back on, I will be back over there because I loved
Hmm.
work. I loved her and
That shit
stuff,
good.
and
Hmm.
uh, you know, me and her was cool. But like I said, I
Yeah.
don't talk to anybody on here on no phone, and we not finna email each other back and forth or text. Ain't nobody got that kind of information. Period. You know, and that's including Tracy. I don't have her phone number, and she ain't got mine. You know, and
Hmm.
if anybody on here would get it, it would be her, and she don't even have my information like that. No, when y'all see us on live, that's when we talk.
Yeah.
I ain't behind
when
the
it
scenes
comes
with nobody because I'm serious.
when it comes to me and Ken, I guess it goes back to last year, but it happened at DKL's live or whatever. And he mentioned me while I was in the chat. He was on the panel. You know, a lot of times when
Mm-hmm.
people speak at you when you're in the chat and they're on the panel, they feel
Mm-hmm.
like they're at an advantage. And
Correct.
yeah, so he was like speaking down on me. He was pretending like he
Mm-hmm.
don't even know how to pronounce my name, which was lies and BS. He was just
Yes,
like Yada mean, whatever your name is. You know my name. Stop playing with me.
I seen him do
But
it 1,000 times.
yeah, and
He
then
would
he
target like you, how he
right.
targeted you, and you did anything to him. He did that to a lot of people, and
Hmm.
he still do it.
Right. And of
He
course he
still do
brought
it. He
my
do you like that wherever you see you at.
yeah, and he brought the of course he brought sexuality up. He had to, because that's the only reason
Mhm.
you mentioned me. He was like, this dude don't
Correct.
know if he's heterosexual or if he's bi. No, you think that I'm
Mhm.
heterosexual because the only thing I ever said was I'm saying gender level, and everybody knows that.
Correct.
But it was just shit
Right.
like
That's all
that,
I know.
you know. So yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, you wanna target me? You wanna target me? So a lot
Mhm.
of times, like even today, if if people see me say something to him and him respond back, they'll think that I'm initiating something. But really I'm
Mhm.
not. Like the
I don't give a
terms
damn.
are yeah, the terms are bad and they
Mhm.
never there's never been any closure. He know how to make closure because he picks and chooses. The same closure he made with Tracy, he could do with other people, but he won't. You see
He
what
have
I'm
tried to
saying?
do that
So
with
yeah.
me. He
Hmm.
have apologized to me. Like
I
I
didn't know
told him,
that.
you take your apology and stick it up your ass. I would never
Yeah.
forgive you. And I told him
Yes.
that on a panel over at Victim Bones.
Hmm.
It ain't nothing else to
Yeah.
talk about.
Yeah.
I don't want
With
anything to do with you. And that's telling you to leave me alone.
yeah, he apologized to Miss Bless Watkins multiple times and did the same thing over,
Yeah,
and he did that with Nika and did the
yeah.
same thing over and over
I ain't
again.
doing that with him.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that
Hmm.
with him. Why I take
Yeah.
accept his apology? And the next thing I know, I'm a old bitch and I wish the old bitch died. Did Paulette die? I heard she did. I'm so glad. And I hope she get burned up in a fire. Okay, bitch. That's why I don't take accept your apology. I know how you did Bless and I know how you did Nika.
Yeah. What you just said, what was that actually said about you? Like that he hope you die and burn in the fire or some shit?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. I'm not lying about anything I say. And it's on his
Hmm.
community wall. I
Mm,
can get it
mm,
and read
mm,
it to you.
mm.
Just like I read when he put in Nika chat to me at the end of the live.
What
And I
was
don't know
that?
why I stayed to the end like that. Because you let
And
when
what
they
was
say
that?
a couple of days ago
No. What did he
that
say at the
I was
end?
an old bitch. I'm I'm
Mm,
glad that old bitch got doctor and this and that, and she a old bitch and fuck that hoe.
mm. Wow.
But
Yeah,
you
that's
see at the end of them
unforgivable. Like,
lives, you see a lot of
yeah, I
no,
wouldn't
I ain't
be
got time for
quick to.
that. And like when I was
Yeah, I
off,
wouldn't
off
be.
of YouTube that time, when it, didn't nobody know where I was at. Well, it got out. I had died. I didn't know this shit because I wasn't on
Oh
YouTube.
yeah.
But here, y'all thinking I'm dead. Rico making lies. I know she did. I can get the obituary. I'm gonna show the obituary. I know she did. Ken, I
I
heard that
know
old
all
bitch
of it.
died. I'm glad that old bitch dead. He writing that all over his community wall. Now I don't know what he was saying on live, but I know what he wrote on his community wall.
Right.
When I come back,
Wishing
because I
death on
started
her.
moving around, I was watching stuff like before I come back and drop down in Tracy chat. I had watched YouTube a couple of days to see what was going on a couple of days before I even dropped down. And when I dropped down, that's when I let it be known. Hey, I didn't know Tracy had thought I was dead because see, I hadn't been watching her like I didn't watch no YouTube for that
Uh-huh.
all the months. But then, like I said, when I got ready to come back, I just watched a little bit, a couple of days, and then I hit Tracy chat,
Wow.
and then people saying, "Hey, Paulette, oh, and this and that," But I didn't know. I didn't know I was dead until a couple of days before I came back, and I was saying, "Look at this." Rico saying he know I'm dead. Ken got on his community while he glad I'm dead, and I'm glad the old bitch dead. I said, "Okay," but see, that's why I had ammunition when I come back.
Right.
But see,
And there's no
Ken was
type.
already messing with me before that. Before that, he had started with me when he left Blessed. When
He picks. He
he
picks.
yeah, he unmodded me, and then all of a sudden I'm bitches, you know. And so I just didn't quit even watching it because I ain't did nothing. He calling me bitches and stuff, and hell, he unmodded me and called now he calling me bitches and hoes and
Hmm.
old motherfuckers and stuff. And so
Yeah.
I
It
just
could have
said,
been
girl,
your. It could have been your association with Tracy, but I can't be sure of this. But
it doesn't matter.
yeah.
I never
But
did
he
anything
changed.
to him.
I know that. I haven't either. But I found myself, I think, being targeted by him because I mocked for Tracy. Yeah.
Well, it might have been because I was with Tracy plus Bless plus I visit Nick because because I was a mod, and I can go on Bless panel. We would talk just like me and Tracy talk. People like like me and her together. They like when me and Bless would talk, but I wouldn't be up there every day. But when Bless say, come up here and tell me what went on last night in the street. Cause see, Bless don't really want to. And I would get up there and I would catch her up.
Mm.
So maybe he got mad because of that. I don't know. Maybe he got mad because I would be on Tracy panel. And then see, like Tracy never did anything to Kiki. He used to come to her lives.
Oh, I know. I remember.
And he
And he
turned
was
on her for nothing.
very clout chasing.
Yeah, he was cloud
When he
chasing.
was over there.
Mhm.
Mm.
And then one day, all of a sudden, Teresa was bitches.
Yup, and Tree Dog and all this
The
other
tree
bullshit.
dog, and yeah, and you
They
can't have
always go
no.
to that whack ass Tree Dog. What the fuck is that? That shit don't even make
And
sense.
then he did this when I was really, really just really don't have nothing and don't look at your channel or nothing. Is when he said that he would stab Tracy, you know, and I hope somebody kick your door in and beat your ass and rape you and video it so I can
Wow.
watch. And my sister gonna come, she gonna come over there and she gonna kick your ass. And he was wishing
Yo,
like bad stuff on
right.
Tracy.
This
And
evil.
then
Evil.
he said that he would hope that Fabe house get caught up, shot up, and he didn't give a damn about her having no daughter in there. You see what I'm
Oh
saying?
no, cause he wanna smoke the door to add, and I'm using
Yeah,
his word.
smoker. Yeah, he said that,
Mm.
and then he said he would put his DICK down,
Oh,
tear child throat, and he said that he hoped somebody put one thing up that boy butt.
yeah. Like,
You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
He say stuff like
Um,
that.
eh, for me, it takes an incredibly amazing pedo mind to come up with incredible, amazing pedo lines. You see what I'm saying? Like it takes
Hmm.
that type of mentality. And he has it. It's like it's there. It's like
He'll
at the
do it. He'll
forefront
do it. I
of
believe
his
he'll
thought.
do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I believe he'll
That's why
do
it's
it
at the
because
that's
why
why
would
it's at the
things like
forefront
that come
of
in
his
your
thoughts.
mind? Why
Mm,
would that come in your mind? Why would any man on here say something like that to you about a child?
and he
But see,
heterosexual, man, at that.
but that's how Five Babe got that restraining order on VS for something saying she was cram one down her daughter. You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
And that's how Five Babe got that restraining order because she
I
couldn't
didn't know
fight her
that.
no more in the head. Then she had to go sexual on Five Babe child. That's how Five Babe
Wow.
got a 2-year restraining order.
But you could wait a minute. So slow it down. And I have heard about the restraining order. But I wonder how was that possible when she's over in Chicago? How was that possible?
It don't matter. You saying you putting it in, you said it out your mouth, and I think she put it on her community wall, or either she put it on the comment thing, and that's when uh Fat Babe went to the police, and then they told her to get a restraining order, and so they gave her a temporary restraining order, and then she had to go before the judge and show what this lady said, and that's how she
Wow.
got her restraining order for herself and for her child for 2 years. It's things these people are doing so many things on here that are totally against the law.
Right.
You see what I'm
Right.
saying? It's against the law. A lot of the stuff people doing on here, no, it's against the law. You're breaking the law.
Right. It's criminal. Mm.
And that's why I told Jay Dunn, do it. You already threatened to do it. And I'm gonna call your probation officer and tell him. And I'm gonna send an email. I'm gonna ask him for his email address. I'm gonna put my complaint on there and what is concerning. And I'm also gonna send him Nika's live with the timestamp. But like I'm gonna say, I'm gonna suggest he watch the whole. almost 4 hours so he could see the beginning, and we were just having a dispute back and forth, and then it led to doxing. Okay, and doxing is against the law.
Mm,
I read up on it. Since
mm-hmm.
I'm having this issue, I wanted to make sure I was correct. So I looked for Florida. I looked at Atlanta. I looked at Georgia. I looked at Mississippi because you got people in Mississippi. So I looked at every place that you say you have been, baby girl, to see if it was against the law in those states for you to do what you're doing. And it's against the law. Read up on it. Read
Wow.
up on your laws. And they've amended a whole bunch of the stalking law and put the uh internet
To make it more stricter.
stalking. They put the internet stalking, and they have the act number, the date it was added to these stalking laws that they already have in your state. I looked it up. I can't remember everything, but it says section 5. It entered there. That's where it's in. It's section 5. I think on page 3. Look at it, that dummy. Cyber stalking and harassment. Dummy. Look at it. Look at it. I did. Bitch.
Not dummy. Oh,
Yeah, J Dummy. Look at it in your state. Please. I bet you do. And I bet you see you broke the law, bitch. Gotcha.
mm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And right, she's
Yeah.
like on probation or
And
something. What is it?
she's on probation for a year for doing revenge porn for a
Wow, I didn't know it
year.
was for that.
And
Wow.
bitch, you not supposed to do no kind of arresting on here, baby girl, because you remember them letters that the judge read in court, and people, they were sending them letters how you harassed them, and they showed the things that you had said and did in their letters. The people that didn't put charges on you, but put those letters for Bambi in court. You remember those people when you was in
You
court?
just
You
answered
remember them?
no, but I think you just answered my question. Because I was gonna ask you, was it revenge porn against Bambi?
Yeah.
Okay. So Bambi got smart.
She showed that girl entire body. And then you have to read the laws in the state. Okay.
Right. And so
With the
which
laws
state
in the states, it said that it have to be, you have to be identifiable. You see what I'm saying? Like, even if you don't show your your head, like on your
right.
body, if you got tattoos somewhere,
A tattoo. Yeah.
or if you got piercings somewhere, you have piercings and tattoos, they can see
Okay.
this is my tattoo.
Or
This is me.
or a unique
This,
birthmark.
yeah, this my body. Even though my head not on, that's my body, but she had Bambi whole face on there. You see what I'm saying? It showed
Yeah.
her face on there, and it showed her
Wow.
tattoo on there.
Okay.
So
Bambi got smart.
Bambi met all the criteria. That's how she got her. That's why, see, every time they would go to court, it would be like thrown out on different stuff with her harassing and stalking her, internet stalking her. It would be like, don't y'all leave each other alone. You ain't got to go to her page. Don't you go? You know, it was like that. But see, she overstepped the boundary. She thought that she could do that. But a revenge porn, it was provable. You showed
Right.
the girl. And then she didn't think that she could get caught. But
Right.
everybody seen it. People took snapshots of it, and they have it for their in their records. Okay.
So
Then
th-
she took the
so
stuff
they're in
down.
different states. They're in different states,
Yeah, she
correct?
took the stuff down. She took it down, the heated or whatever she did with it. But you know what happened? Their judge, when it got from the police, from the internet police, from the police department, when it got from them, and they did what they had to do and sent the paperwork before the judge subpoenaed Jay Dunn's YouTube. They subpoenaed
Ooh,
YouTube. YouTube had to release Jay
ooh.
Dunn's file to
This
the
is getting
courts.
juicy. Oh my god.
If you
Oh
don't
my
believe me, go
god.
to Beefing 313. He read it all. This is exactly what happened, step by step. I'm telling you.
Y'all
The
better leave Bambi alone. Okay, she ain't
the
playing with y'all.
this is I'm telling you, this is what
They
happened
get you
when
caught up.
Bambi went to the jail. When Bambi went to the police, okay, and explain what happened. Then it went from the police to the department that do the internet stuff, okay? At the police station, wherever that is. Okay, then them
Right.
people had what Bambi said. And then it had on there. Now, this is what the court document said. Then that department went to Bambi's
Oh my
home
god.
and talked with her. And Bambi, whatever information she had, she showed it to them. They took that information. Then it went to the prosecutor. Then it went to the judge. Then the judge signed off of it. Then the prosecutor went to YouTube, sent YouTube this file that the judge said we subpoenaed. The judge has subpoenaed you. You got to release J Dunn's file to us. Therefore, they looked through everything she had, everything that they wanted to look through. You can't hide. You can't
Mhm.
erase shit on YouTube
And
just
that would
because
be a
we can't
felony.
see it no more.
That would be a
Mm-mm.
felony, right?
It's, no, it wasn't. They didn't make it a felony. They didn't make it a felony. But I'm telling
Okay.
you what the police department in her town did, and why the prosecutor didn't charge her with a felony. I don't know. That's not my business. But they subpoenaed J. Don's thing, and the document said that from the courts, once
Okay.
they looked through her file and seen these things, then they went to court with it, and she was found guilty. But she said she wasn't found guilty. That whatever thing that they sentenced her under, if you complete your probation, which you had your year ain't up, bitch. But if you do whatever they tell you to do and follow the stipulations and pay your fines that you were charged and pay your parole officer monthly, because you got to fine too. The judge fined your ass for doing what you did to Bambi. They read
Which is
letters
why I
in
don't
court.
understand. Which is why I don't understand the whole describing it as not being guilty. If you're receiving fines and probation, how are you not found guilty?
Some
You're
kind of
not
way.
found in it.
Her lawyer got her this, what the lawyer got it to. Her lawyer and the prosecutor back and forth talking. Okay? And whatever they said, they agreed to, and that's what she got charged. That's what the judge had to sentence her on.
Child.
The plea agreement.
Mm-mm.
That's what was in the plea agreement. Okay.
Right.
But when you plead guilty, which she did, she had to plead guilty because they don't give you things. You don't have to go see no probation officer if you are not found guilty.
That's what I
Okay?
would think.
But she got found guilty. But what she got charged with, if she complete her probation, which you violated with me, uh, in a year, and pay her fines and pay her PO fees monthly for a year, if you be a good girl, and do what they said to do, your paperwork go back to the judge. He signed off on the probation, signed off of it. Yeah, she did a good job. She's okay. That's what that
Okay.
means. Anytime you're on probation, anytime
But
to give you
would that continue
stipulation.
to be? Would that stay on her record though? Is you know?
No, because see, like I said, but
Okay.
like if she do revenge on again, okay, we'll just say she dumb enough to do it after she get out probation, okay? Because some people that dumb, and I think she that dumb. If she put another picture of Bambi on anything, anything,
Never again.
Then it turns into a felony because you have
Wow.
repeated this. Then it turns into a felony, and then it because she could have got jail time on this. I don't know why the judge didn't give her no jail time, but she got
She must
community
have had a good.
service.
She had a good lawyer. She had a good
Then
attorney.
it might be just the judge say, "Well, I'm gonna just go. The girl got a clean record. We're not gonna tarnish you." Because I'm
Right.
sure the lawyer said that to the prosecutor.
Mhm.
She ain't never did nothing. She ain't never been arrested. Come on now. Let's not get. We don't need that on her. Don't put that on her file. She agreed to me that
Yeah.
she would not do anything else,
Hmm. I
and
wouldn't
you were
want that on
supposed
my.
to be a good girl for a year, but you just couldn't help it. The first chance you
Yeah.
get, I'm the one you threatened, but you might have threatened other people on here. I don't know. All I know is about Paulette, and it come out your fucking mouth, bitch.
Yeah.
Do you
I don't
understand?
want.
Jay Dunn.
You said Jay
Now
Dunn.
that's how this got going. Jay Dunn, do you understand? Do you understand? You broke the law, baby. And she got so bold. Let me tell you what she got so bold and she had done a couple of months ago. Somebody she got into it with, and I cannot remember who it was. Cause see, I don't watch Jay Dunn. This is stuff you hear out in the streets that I heard out in the streets. And she might even said it on the Zorro panel, something like that. I believe it might have been on because she knows she's a bold, retarded mongoloid, okay? And she's got so bold. She said to somebody, I don't know who she got into it with. I guess first they were gonna contact her per PO. And she said,
Hmm.
I put my damn hey, call them. Do what you gotta do. I put
What
their
she
name
say?
on the
Repeat that.
I got it on my
Repeat that.
community wall. You know, she whoever she got into it with a couple of months ago. I can't remember who it was. And I think the person must have said they were gonna call her PO. Well, Jay Dunn got on. I'm gonna say it was the Zorro panel because I know she'd be on there all the time, but it could have been Nessa or anybody. She got on the panel and she said, "Now this what me and her got into it." She said, "I don't care if you call them and do what you got to do." And I got their number and their name on my community wall. But bitch, why you take it down? Because I went over there and looked for it, bitch. But I remember that conversation you had it on somebody live, and I think it was Pizarro, but I can't go back and look through all them lives and
You
lives
saying
and
that was a
and I
wrong
just
thing to
can't do it.
say?
Jay
You
Dunn.
saying that was a wrong thing to tell you?
She did that months ago. It wasn't to me. It was somebody she was
Oh,
into
okay.
it in the YouTube streets. She told them they
Hmm.
must have threatened to call her PO. She told them to call them. And as a matter of fact, I'm putting they name and their phone number is on my community wall. So she was daring whoever she was into it to do it. She didn't dare me because she knew I had about a
Hmm.
ball. Whatever that other person did, I guess that wasn't gonna work. I dare you to say, I dare you. Dare you. Why come you didn't come at me like
So
you came at them? Huh? Why you didn't dare me? Huh? Why you didn't give me the phone number and his name like you did that other person? Why you take that post down with the name on it? Huh? You so bad. Put it up again. I dare you. Put it up on your community wall, J Don. You're such a badass. Put it up. I
right.
dare you. Do it. Do it, J Don. Coward. You so bad.
Yeah.
You threatened me. Do it.
Yeah. That's something
Do
I
it.
just would never do. Like I would never. You know what I mean? I would never do that if I'm in such a compromised situation. I just never do that just to save face and to prove that I don't care or that I'm a boss bitch. Like no,
She don't
I
care.
just wouldn't do it.
Evidently, she don't care. J Dunn, you don't care? I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna show
They saying
you.
you're they saying you're going to jail. Okay. Like Yeah. And over this ish, I'm not willing to do it. I'm not willing to do it. And
I
like
don't never threaten. I don't threaten people over here.
yeah. And
If you threaten me like grown folk told me he would break my jaw and spit in my face, and I told him I'd blow his brains out. And I told him I know
mhm,
what you look like. You don't know what I look like, but if I ever see you, it's going and popping, baby. Because you said you're gonna walk up to me and break my jaw and spit in my
mhm,
face. That's a threat,
mhm, mhm.
right?
Um,
Don't you think that's a threat?
oh, I know it's a threat. That's a terroristic
Okay
threat.
then. And I threatened,
Yeah.
and I told him I didn't threaten him. I will blow your brains out. I'll blow your head off your shoulders.
Okay.
You
And I
know,
would knock the remaining corroded teeth he has left in his mouth and stomp him the fuck out.
and I shoot him right in his mouth. And he don't mess with me. But he approached me before again after that. But he didn't say nothing about breaking my. He ain't said nothing about breaking no jaw over here. He ain't said nothing like that. But he did say he'll spit in my face over there, nigga. And I told him I will blow your head off.
Mhm.
That's my
Not
answer
okay
to
too.
everything concerning
People
him.
people hear these words and they take all of this shit in, and they be like men, like talking about how they're gonna brutalize a fucking woman. And like people are okay with that. Like that, I have a
But you know
problem
what?
with
The
a lot
man
of
that he got mad at me.
subscribers. People are okay with that.
He got mad at me. The brown glitter boots. He got mad at me. Now see, I used to go over there a little bit and stuff. And Teresa was dragging him one night over on her panel. And so I was throwing bombs in the chat. You know, we be throwing bombs. When you feel like throwing bombs, you throw bombs. If you feel like laughing, you're laughing. If you feel like doing a cartwheel, we do cartwheels. We do it all over there at
Right.
Teresa. It depends on what kind of mood we in. He
Hmm.
turned against me for dropping bombs in Teresa's chat. He made a laugh
Right.
and called me all kind of old bitches and stuff. And then he caught me over at Demetrius one night on the panel. And then that's where he told me he would break my jaw and spit in my face. All because of some bombs in a chat. Now, is that
Not even a
crazy?
post. Not even a
And
post.
Ken, no, it was I did a chat in the chat. Threw some bombs because Teresa was dragging,
Right, but I'm saying not even a
And
comment.
then like with
Like you,
Ken,
I'm, I'm sorry. I don't want to talk over you.
you just a subscriber. I'm a subscriber just like everybody else. But I wasn't the only one clowning in the chat, you
Over a
know,
bomb. That's crazy.
over putting bombs in there because he said it on the live. And Paulette over there, she dropping bombs in the goddamn chat. Bitch, you blocked this and that. You know, did a live.
Right.
And then, like I said, when I seen him over Demetrius, that's when he threatened to break my jaw and spit in my face. And that's when I told him I could blow his head off. Then
Over
we
a
got into it over
bomb.
at Nicholas.
Like a
He was
lot
talking
of
about
these,
spitting in my face.
a lot of
And I
these men
told
are
him,
very,
and I told
are very weak and
him,
fickle.
I'm telling you,
A lot of these men are very weak and fickle though. Like that they will get like their panties
yeah,
in a bundle over a bomb, like or emoji. Like not even a comment.
a
He can't
bomb.
say that Paulette was over there dragging him, but yo, she dropped a bomb. And
That's
now
what
you're
I
feeling
did.
you and your feces. You know? So yeah, get
That's
the fuck
all I
out.
did. And the only thing I did to Ken was I'm cool with Tracy and Blessed and Nika.
And that's not even
And
doing
that's why he
anything to
started
him.
dragging me.
Right, but that's not even doing
And
anything
that's
to
when he
him.
started wishing death on me. It's because of that.
Right. Yeah. Because
That
all I
ain't
did
doing
was
nothing to
find
him.
myself being
I
a
didn't do anything. I know I didn't do
right.
anything to him. It's you being gay. That's all you did to him. And that ain't doing nothing to
Uh,
him. You know, he don't like you cause you gay. And then he think
you
you
yeah.
weak because you was a subscriber at the time. You was a subscriber. He thought you was weak. You didn't have a voice. But see, now you
Right.
have a voice, right?
Okay.
But see, I'm still gonna be a subscriber, but I'm gonna have my voice though. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how that work. I'm just a subscriber. I'm still just a subscriber, but I'm one of them subscribers that'll get up there and drag your ass and tell you what I really feel about you. I don't care no more about you than you care about me. And that goes for anybody on YouTube. If you come at me dragging me, I'm gonna drag your ass back. I don't give a damn. And that go
And
for
it's really
the
that.
content creator subscribe. It go for anybody. But
Yup. The
sometimes I do
pendulum.
put in the chat with people. We have little squabbles, but it ain't nothing like trying to kill each other or nothing. You know.
It's words. Pretty much.
And I choose, and then I choose to engage. If they mess up with me in the chat, sometimes I just ignore them. 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna ignore you. But sometimes it depends on how far the person want to go, and sometimes we'll go back and forth in the chat. You know, it just depends. And like ghetto intellect, me and him were going back and forth, back and forth. The only reason he don't like me is
He,
because
he's the worst.
Snoop and
I'm sorry.
misunderstood. I got more people on me over misunderstood than Tracy. You see what I'm saying? People dragging me for being over there. When I was over there, I was relieved when we got into it. Relieved.
Really?
And like I told her, bitch, I ain't never liked you. Only reason I was supporting you was because of Tracy. I was there for Tracy because Tracy, people would drag her over there.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And I was there for Tracy. I wasn't there for misunderstood. I wasn't cool with her. I would hit her panel sometime, but it wasn't like, I guess, what she thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Because when I cussed her out when she had Tracy in California, I was through with her. Because I told her, I don't fuck with you no more. And I was through with it. She wanted to start up with me. That's why I kept on dragging her until she stopped. And I will drag her anytime I get ready. And ain't nothing nobody can do about it. And the same thing with Kiki. With both Kikis, I'm going to drag them whenever they feel like it, because they drag me whenever they feel like it. You see what I'm saying? That's how that works.
And besides Noble being a male, I don't see really any comparison. It could be some, but I don't see them. I don't pick them up between him and Rob Ray. I don't see it.
They night and day. Night and day.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
so I don't
they nothing alike. It's a whole
it seems like people are
different
reaching. Yeah, like he's not like another Rob at all. So.
Well, to me, because see, now you know all of us pieces. Now, I don't care who you is. You done snuck over there and looked at Noble Live. You see what I'm saying? All of us peeked in over there. You know, even if you don't drop down, because you want to see what kind of man this is and how he conducting himself on YouTube. And he ain't nothing like Rob. He don't act like Rob
at all.
He's got a whole different personality.
Yep.
They like night and day. The only thing they got in common is they both black men. You know, that's the only thing they got in common.
Right.
But like I said, like if they do lives and stuff together, I ain't participating in that. I don't feel like doing that. You know. I'm just gonna leave it just like it is, and I hope to go do it.
I don't see him trying to be anyone but himself. But yeah. Okay, so I talked about
but see, Rob, we knew he would probably be a live bullet, but we didn't know he could be that live.
Here's the thing. And based on Tracy's past commentary, like me and her are going to disagree. But she was saying that the last that she checked, that her and Rob was on cordial terms, and that it seemed like she believes that when he returns, that he's not going to come for her. But I know different. I feel like I know this shit. I'm so confident in this. I feel like I know this shit. And guess what? I believe this shit even before Octavius had Rob come on recently. But with the shit that Rob said when he came on, like that even confirmed it even more for me. I'm like, y'all man, you're right. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so I already know what he's gonna do. I already know.
Well, see, I
Mm.
haven't stepped on that until tonight with her. I wanted her to make sure she was aware of the lies and what was said concerning her.
Yeah,
But no, concerning anybody that gets into it with Octavius. So that's including Tracy, because Tracy done been to it with 1,000 people on here.
right,
Rob they ain't never said nothing to Rob before. So why now?
right.
So he's trying to put more gasoline on the fire, like when Rob come out, so Rob can start dragging.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he did.
And then
That's
this,
all he did.
and that, and I'm not lost on that lie. Like Rob, he covered a number of things while he was on there. However, like the point of having him on there, honestly, was to eventually bring Tracy up so that he could talk about
Yeah,
her. That was the point.
but
I'm
see,
not lost. I'm not
but
stupid.
see, that route is closed as far as Tracy concerned with access to her. That since her and Octavia are into it, while Rob is locked up, so we know that's going to be a outlet. But the way I'm thinking, and I don't care what nobody say, this is my opinion. The way he'll be able to get to Tracy is jumping on misunderstood panel.
Wow.
That's the
Do you?
only way left now.
Why you say that?
She did everybody else up there, all the rest of the Tracy enemies. What's gonna
Hmm.
be different with him?
I was just
Tell me
asking.
what would be different.
I
No,
can't.
you tell me
I can't tell you. I
what
don't
would
think
be
anything
different.
would be different. Yeah,
The
I
only
don't.
end that he have, as far as I can see, as the movement that Tracy does on YouTube, the only open space that he can actually like contact, like you in the chat and you getting cussed out, is through Rob.
Mhm. So he
And
will
so,
eventually get. He will eventually get out, and how I'm thinking, like he's going to rush here. He rushed last time. Remember, he wasn't just arrested once while online. That's important to know
mhm,
because most
yep,
people, when they get arrested, they're not online. But he got arrested
mhm,
twice online while online. And the first time when he came back, like that day, he was already on YouTube or whatever. And that's when he was still
yeah.
riding off
As soon as he got
a
out,
lot of yeah, a lot of clout from Tracy. And Tracy has so much haters. It
mhm,
honestly it's not hard to get large numbers if you're battling with her because she has so much haters. It's just people that's gonna show up because you're dragging her. That's it. That's all.
I've lost count, and I can't even remember who all the people that have got their styles on Tracy from being a new YouTuber that just
Yup.
started. I
Hmm.
can't tell you how many got
Right.
their
And
styles on dragging her.
remember remember how he was talking like he was a celebrity. He even called himself that.
Yeah, he went
That shit is
crazy.
crazy.
And see, and
Yup.
when me and him got into it over there, you remember on her live, on Tracy Live, I was telling, I say, I tried to talk to him and say, Rob, don't be flashing a GUN. I'd already talked to Tracy on the live. Then when he came, because he kept coming in there, he was doing his own live, but he come in there and he heard me. And so I seen him that was going back and forth, and I told him you was not supposed to even bring that thing. And now you
Right.
flashing it around, Trump, the thing up, go lock
Right.
it up in your car. I was trying to talk to him just like that.
He
And
doesn't
then it
learn.
went to the next, then it went to the next level. And I said, "Oh, you want to go there? You want to do this? Because we can do it." I was
Right.
talking like that.
Right. But when
Wherever
you
you want to
but
go.
when you said when you told him not to flash the GU1, um, that was concern, and he didn't even pick that
Concern.
up. He
No,
didn't even
he
pick
thought
that up. He don't learn from nothing. You
he
know,
thought I was
and like even
talking bad
like
to him.
even when you do time, like you get time to sit in there to think about things, like he still not have not like said like they have the numbers of people that was trying to look out for me. He kind of makes it seem like other people put him there, and when I listen to him even today, it sounds like there's no accountability at all.
No.
And it's just
Mm-mm.
like, dude, like you've been arrested twice, not once, but twice online. And your only response
And,
is, "Oh shit!" when they catch up with. I mean, holy shit when they catch up with. Like, dude,
and
you,
people
you a
people in
weirdo.
the
You need
YouTube street, they called the the bread and breakfast because you remember Teresa showed how it looked, and that's how they found out where they was at. Okay.
to. Mm-hmm. You're not stupid.
Then they started calling that place. Then they was calling the police
Mm-hmm.
saying he was, doing stuff to her and blah blah blah. And so they got put out of there. Then they wound up at the Red Roof Inn, and then that episode happened,
Mm-hmm.
when he went to jail. And
I'm, I'm sorry.
it wasn't her fault. She didn't do nothing to him, but his fools out here that was saying they still saying that she had him locked up. He locked himself up. She wasn't flashing no gun. She wasn't threatening
Both
no
times.
police.
Both
He was
times.
live. He was live. Everything was live. And people was doing live saying they had called the police. People had did live saying they had called the bread and bread. The place that they lived, they stayed at. And how she get blamed for it?
Go.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And like I
I
said, I ain't gonna watch this, while this new thing. I hope everything go well. I'll watch it when it's back home safely, and I heard they had a good time. Then I'll watch. But other than that, I ain't
I,
going through that. Yep, I can't hear
um,
you. It's staticky.
is this better?
Yeah.
Um, I heard you mention Leaky over at Tracy's. And you mentioned her in regards to Ken. What did you catch up with? Because she be having some good information.
Okay. When Ken came to the beef sector, he was running from you, and he was saying he was the reason that he don't hang around wherever sector that was. They got into it with. He was supposedly protecting a black woman, and I've heard of her name. I'm gonna have to ask Lee Q again. What was that lady name? Because she's a YouTuber. Well, her and Lee Q were into it. Now this is what I found out later on through Lee Q side and other people. Lee Q and this lady were into, dragging each other, and Ken jumped in it. He wasn't asked to come in. He wasn't asked to do nothing. And then that's when he started talking about effing her children, wanting to kill her, and all of that. Well, she started doxing him. Then he ran away from where that was over there in YouTube. He came to the B sector. He came to the B sector complaining about Leak U everywhere he went. He don't like that white woman, blah blah blah. Talking about her like a dog.
Okay.
Well, that's how
It
he
was
wound up here.
mentioned about
Your phone keep messing
earlier.
up.
Damn it. Should I go in and out?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try before I
Ooh, child.
wait a minute. I see I have a guest too.
Okay.
Let me oh no, I'm not seeing that.
And
StreamYard
see,
kind of tripping on me.
ever since he
Hmm.
been in the beef sector, if Leak you would go in anybody chat or hit their panel, he would get mad and cuss them out because they had that white woman over there, and he would just go on and on and on and on and on. But Leak, she wasn't bothering nobody. She just quit coming over, quit coming over here. And so now she do come over here. And see, once he left the beef sector, which was not so long ago, we'll say a year ago, then he went to the Mo 3 sector, and he was going over there bad mouthing Leak you like he was doing
Yup.
in the beef sector. But the beef
Trying to
sector
get
didn't
them to
fight.
come against her. Yup.
Yeah, but see, did nobody over here go against Leak you? Leak you just quit coming around. Like Tracy didn't get against her. One under, as far as I know, the chats I was in when she would come in, I didn't see nobody that was cool with me. That I'm cool with, but going at her.
Hmm.
So she just didn't feel comfortable. Because people was getting cussed out over her. If she would hit their panel and blah blah blah. Because see, she used to hang around at Rita's, and he messed that up. Um, but she could always come to Teresa's, but she just didn't feel comfortable over here. But now you see her moving around over here more because see,
Hmm.
the Mo 3 sector, I rung bells over there because he was rounding the troops up to go against Leak U, and then some kind of way text started getting dropped, and I would go to Leak
Okay.
U because a text got dropped saying that there was like a $250 bounty if such and such if you dox Leak U, you can get $250. Well, when I was looking at the text and who had the text, I seen Good Pussy and um Chanel. But then they text wasn't adding up. But I was going over there telling Lick you, don't fall for that. He turned them against you. They don't know you. I'm study putting that in her chat every time she would go live. I was saying y'all ain't got no reason to be fighting. It's a Ken, it's Ken. Cause see, her and Ken had made up. Leak you and Ken, they called the truth. And see, that's when it come out too. Leak you say, I ain't gonna say nothing about Ken. Me and him, we called the truth. And I was like, what? And I erased the
I remember
videos.
that. That was this year, right? That was
Yeah,
this year.
this just recently. So
Mm-hmm.
then that was going on, and then I was saying, damn, he done made up with Leak You, but he got Leak You and them girls. gonna be going back and forth. And so then I would go to Good Pussy channel and I would go to Chanel channel and I was saying, hey, y'all ain't got no reason to be into it with Leak You. Y'all need to talk. Y'all need to talk. And then Good Pussy, sometimes she be here and sometimes she don't. Like income tax time, she not gonna be on YouTube. Here and there, maybe. Well, that was going on when you did income tax time. See, Good Pussy wasn't being on there because Leak You was studying. She was calling them out. Good Pussy, Mysterious, you need to come over here. Chanel, we need to talk. You need to come. Y'all got to come over here because y'all don't want me to start drag and y'all don't want me to do this and that. And bitches, y'all got one more day to get over here. And I was studying putting in the chat. It's Ken, it's Ken, it's Ken. Everywhere I would go, and Ken, Ken, Ken. I was doing him like that everywhere I would go. And I said, y'all ladies ain't got no business fighting. Y'all don't know each other. Ken, Ken, Ken. I was putting that. So then some kind of way, Leak You and Chanel wound up on the same panel. They talked it out, worked it out. Okay, problem solved. We just don't fool with each
Mhm.
other. You stay over there like you've been doing. I'm gonna stay over here like I've been doing. I don't know you. So we was happy they got together. Okay.
Mhm.
Then he was study. Hey, Mysterious, you need to bring your ass over here. They going, you do. Well,
Mhm.
Mysterious finally heard about it,
And with
which I
that
put,
additional work, it kind of it puts me in the mind of like when people say behind the scenes, and I'm talking
that's
about
what
like
behind the
when you
scenes is.
when you go to a different sector and you begin like
Yes.
bad mouthing another person from another sector, no one knows who this person is. So the
Yeah.
only story or direction that they have is your own, like on it. But here's the thing, it would be different like if when he did that he went over and took he would go over and tell the truth, but he doesn't. Like he projects, like when he go over there, everything that he does to other people he tell them that they did it to him. This shit is so weird to me.
And I'm gonna tell
It
you
is
this
so
here,
weird.
like with
Yes,
Good
like he be
Pussy
messing
and
with the children,
but like
and
Good Pussy
underage
and
people.
Chanel, see, they not really cool. They tolerate each other. They don't really drag each other. They ain't into it or nothing like that. But they don't just kick it. Like some of these channels you go to, the content creators real cool. They back and forth, be at each other's channels. But Good Pussy and Chanel wasn't like that. They don't really fool with each other. So what he was doing, like when he would text Chanel, he would say, "Don't tell nobody, me and you cool. Let's just keep this between me and you. And I
Yup.
ain't told nobody this but you." Well, he was doing Good Pussy the same way. Well, they not cools. They're not friends enough, so they'll never know what I'm saying. See?
Hmm.
And then he just knew Leak You would never find out. But see, once it started leaking out that it's
Hmm.
Ken, then Chanel started dropping them texts. And then Good Pussy come back. She dropped her text. Then her and Leak You talk. Hey, you ain't got nothing against me. I ain't got nothing against you. The only thing we got in common is Ken. So the problem was solved.
Hmm.
And see, he stuck out here looking like a damn fool because all those women you been texting in the Mo3 sector, that's why you don't be hanging out and clowning like that anymore over there and talking about that white woman is because they found out you were the problem.
Yup.
Just like the beef
Yup.
sector did. But the beef sector
It's a
didn't bite. Didn't nobody over here mess with Leak You. But you was study getting on the panels talking about that white woman and what that
every
white
day,
woman did, trying to turn everybody against her. Now Rita
and
fell for it, you
he's the
know.
common denominator. And
Yeah.
yeah, and I don't care if these people do share different like complexion or race than myself with the nasty anti-black colorist shit that comes out of Ken's mouth. I'll pick a Leak You over him any day.
But Leak You is
You know?
mixed.
Yeah.
You
Um
see what I'm saying?
tr-
She
yeah, I
mixed.
heard her say yeah, I heard her say that, and I don't know, but here's the thing, I don't really even care. Like I'm also like into your mentality and how you come
Right.
to think. How you
And
come
Leak
to
You been
think.
she been a
Yeah.
person like before I even knew anything about Tracy them, I used to hit her to go to her channel. I was in that
Hmm.
sector, running around, keeping up with the different cases that was going on. And I got burnt out on that. It got to be too much. So, I started, being, before the beef sector, we was just wondering. And then you would find little groups that you liked, the commentary. So that's how I wound up being in the beef sector when it was created
Hmm.
with
He
Maddie
puts
and
he,
Keith.
yeah, he puts so much emphasis on white, as if like
Yeah,
when you say that everyone should be alarmed. Like, and it's just like
correct.
no,
That's what he used.
no. Yeah, he be like
And
that
see,
white woman, that white this. So what?
and
You know,
then
and I'm thinking about
I
all of
started
these.
paying attention to Leak You.
I'm sorry.
I started paying attention more because like I said, I left there because it got too much for me. The people in that sector, because all they deal with is kids getting killed and teenagers and blah blah blah, and trying to figure out how you get killed and all this. I don't want to do that. So I started going back over there only to the Leak You channel to see what the issue is, to look at her commentary concerning Ken after me and him got into it. Then I went back and started going through Leak You information on him. Then I found out what happened actually, and then talking to some people over there on typing in the comments, and then they were supplying me with information. And you need to go to this person, because see, I even went to the lady that he said he got on against Leak You to start this stuff. See, I went and found
Mm-hmm.
that lady and
Mm-hmm.
watched her commentary. And
Lee
so,
Yu, she comes up with some jewels. Like,
yeah,
like have you ever heard the phrase the West Bank twerker?
yeah, that's see, I, I done got all of that, and that's why I said on the night that
So
he is a freak and a pervert, and he is trying to bring freaks and perverts to the beef sector, and
right,
I
and just
am
because
putting a
right,
stop to it because I'm ringing the bell that a woman that broke her child's arm and lost custody of him is trying to come over here. We don't need her. And a man that has had sex with someone in his own family, his niece, and he
what?
watches child porn on on the internet. And I
That's
seen this come out
disgusting.
of his mouth on Leak You channel. And you think you gonna bring that trash over here and they be
Mm-mm.
accepted? No,
Mm-hmm.
I will tell their name everywhere I go. And that's what I'm gonna
Deviant,
do. That's what I'm gonna
deviance,
do.
deviance, Miss
That's what I'm
Paulette.
gonna do. He had he has them people on his panel. They ain't got shit to say over here. He need to take that shit elsewhere. He need to leave
Okay,
the beef sector alone. If you want to have them kind of people on your panel in the beef sector, that's not gonna ever work. So you need to leave the beef sector, take them with you. Since
right.
they're not
Going to
gonna them your
going to
pal,
dark web. Take that shit to
you
the
take
dark
them
web.
over there. Because I'd be damned if they hit any panels over here.
Hmm.
And I'm in the
Here's
chat.
some. Here's something I wanted to ask you. I don't have it's kind of faint with me, but I still remember, so I don't have all the details. But I can remember when Tracy was arrested. Ken was like really, really scrambling to do a live or whatever. And he began saying that he was gonna drop receipts. You know how he always say that he never dropped
He don't
receipts, but
never
he was
have
like, I'm gonna drop
nothing.
nothing.
The only
It's
reason
always
he
at
got
the end.
receipts on Kiki is because she and he been she was one that bit the bait and decided to be texting back and forth with him and calling back and forth with him. She took the bait.
But hear me out. I would like the details so I can remember this shit. And you are so keen on details. But he said something to the effect like that day, like when we all realized he was arrested, that he spoke with the police. He said this shit, and that they had told him that she had called like 130 or 140 times, something to that degree. You remember that shit? You remember this?
Now say that again.
He said he talked with the police and that they communicated to him that Tracy had called 130 to 140 times. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember all them lies.
And then remember he said he had a family member that was somehow like connected, associated with Tracy. It was a female that he mentioned. So I don't know if he said an auntie or or cousin or something like that. But he was saying that she has the information. But when people was pressing him on details and catching him with his lies, he was like, "I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to tell y'all. I'm not going to tell
Yeah,
y'all." But it was all
all
that
he did
day
is lie.
when Tracy was arrested. It was that day. I can remember it. And it was all lies. He just
Yeah,
made this shit up.
made it up, and then it was just it was that was the craziest thing I've ever seen. Okay, the charges have been dropped on Tracy, but I would not let that go. I couldn't let that go if it was me because you had me locked up for nothing, and I would
Oh, that's
demand.
good.
Look,
I didn't know that though, but that's good. I'm glad to
she ain't gotta
hear
go through none
that
of that
the
stuff.
charges were dropped. You said
She ain't gotta go through none of that stuff no more with him. But he wouldn't get to walk
okay.
free. Like he doing like, huh, I put a, and he's mad because he can't push her no farther. He can't do nothing else. San Antonio ain't gonna fuck with him no more concerning Tracy. So it might be good that that shit out the way. You see what I'm saying?
Wait a minute, but wasn't New Mexico responsible for that shit?
That's what I'm talking about. New Mexico. He can't do
Okay,
nothing else.
got it.
He mad about it too. He mad.
So they dropped it, huh?
Hmm. But he
Hmm. Go,
mad.
go
Woo,
ahead,
he
Tracy.
mad. He still mad.
Okay.
He's still mad. I went over there and looked peeped in the other day, and somebody I can't think of who asked him something about that, and he went cuckoo.
Hmm. And guess what? And they can have them too, but some of the same people that have gotten New Mexico to 1,000 real quick will not
Mhm.
sub to me. Will not sub to me, and they can
They don't
have
need
it.
to.
I don't want their subscriptions at
Just
all.
block them.
At
Whenever
all.
they subscribe, block them. That's how you get rid of them. I'm telling you, if they subscribe, if you see them, block them. But keep them until you get your 1,000
Okay.
and monetize. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Don't block them now. Don't block nobody now. Get your 1,000 and then block. When you get your stuff
Okay.
settled, your monetization, blah blah blah. When you get all that stuff, when you see you can put color on stuff in here, people giving you money.
Hmm.
That's when you can block them. But don't block nobody right now. You trying to get to 1,000, and you trying to get your monetization, and don't block nobody right now.
True
Let,
facts.
let them rock and roll. Let them rock and roll
Mm.
until you get your 1,000 and get your monetization. Then start blocking bitches.
Shamarco recently made a video. Oh Lord. Yo, this dude. Okay, so in the video, he was making point after point after point. I was agreeing with him, but it was points that he was making about like how other people relate to him. But he didn't make so it was the all the points he was making had to do with the roles of other people and how they treat him. I feel like it's true. It was so on point. He was saying things like, "Yo, people who I don't know want to just fight me, and it's because they're chasing clout." And it's true. It's because they're
Yeah,
chasing clout.
yeah.
But why do he give them that space? Like he didn't say nothing about his role, and he was talking to his audience and was telling them, "I'm walking the streets and I'm homeless and I don't want to have to sleep outside." And it was just,
That's dry
I'm like,
begging.
I don't see what, yeah, but I don't see like why he don't understand like his role. Like he fucked up so many opportunities, and I'm not talking about among gays.
With
Um,
stars.
Thank you. Like with Shakina,
Yeah.
like dude, you fucked that up. Like,
Somebody in your corner that'll do anything for you, that have fought drug people for you, and you turn your
mhm.
back on. And
Yeah,
then
like he
call
never.
and then call again call back like you ain't never did nothing.
Hmm. And I don't care what people say. I believe that he is affected by more than scoliosis. because like his
Yeah,
appearance, his face, his scoliosis is gonna make your
yeah,
face that way, and that's the way he think and stuff like that. And
yeah.
and I just think that he could make it like if he really focus on self and get all of those gay people from around him and stop trying to live with them and stuff like that because they mooch and leech off of him and they abuse him too. Like they'll beat him up and shit like that because they know he's an easy L or whatever. But he needs to really like focus on himself. He's gonna get out. He's still calling himself a rapper, dude. You had one song,
He can't. He can't because his mind is stuck on trying to use, and you can't use a person when you ain't got it all.
right? And he wants to
So
fit
that's where he
in,
get used.
but he wants to like a lot of the people who he call cloud chasers, and indeed they are. Let's talk some real shit. Like Shamar need in Shamarco's mind, he needs them as much as they need him, and Shamarco don't want to admit that a lot of the men because he gets. I'm not gonna lie, he gets some attractive males, right? Who he gets in relationships with, but he don't want to acknowledge that they're with you because of your clout.
Correct, but he's not gonna get that.
He don't want to
He think
acknowledge
want
that,
him.
right?
He
He
think they
don't want to
want him
acknowledge
for
none of
him.
that.
But
Yeah.
see, he's not the only one on YouTube that's popular that get used like that. You see what I'm saying? It's other YouTubers that we know that they not all there, but being there,
Hmm.
people will lay up with them and be on camera with them, but they don't care nothing about them. And then when they
Good.
get tired of using them and getting everything they can get out of them, they leave them,
Hmm.
and then the next one will come. You see what I'm saying? And it happens
Hmm.
over and over and over. He's not the only
And
one.
oh, yeah. And he was
And
using
some
in the
of them get
video
big
that I was
money. Some of them get
in the
big
vid
money.
in the video that I saw, he kept mentioning bullying. And I agree with him. Like he does get bullied. Like a lot of people kind of like target him. But I think he knows all of that like when he's in it. But like when he's in it, you can't he's so blind. You can't tell him like, yo, like you're not a normal person. Like you can't tell
But
him
see,
those things.
and then like when you try to be nice to him, the people that really have cared for him,
He
he
give them
stab
that
them
attitude.
back. Instead of him getting it this time, you get it. You see what I'm saying? So it's gonna
Mm,
continue to be turmoil because even when you good to him, he gonna mess up, and even when you bad to him, you see what I'm
yeah.
saying? And
Hmm.
he have had people that was down for him, help him get apartments, you know, get him out of jail,
Yup.
um, make sure to take him and get him something nice to wear this weekend because he want to go clubbing,
Yeah.
um,
Get his hair
time
done.
for weed, you know, and he
Yup.
throw
Get
it
his
away.
hair done.
Yeah, get his hair
Hmm.
done. And then you had a beautician as a friend that cared for you, that kept your hair done and did other things for you, and then you gonna talk shit and turn your back and do them dirty, and the people went
Who's
back.
the beautician? Who Ty? Who was the beautician?
What's her name? The one that was with TIY.
Oh, Shakina.
They had a show
That
together. They
yep.
was real cool.
Hmm. Yup.
But
And he fucked that
he
up.
was talking about her behind her back, doing things, stabbing her in the back. Cause she would be taking
Yeah.
care of business. Have him in the car with her riding around. I'm taking care of business, trying to get me a new show or what I'm trying to do
Yup.
this. Then you come out and blab everything
And
on
fucked it up.
YouTube. And that's what, hey, I'm through with you because you costing me money.
Yeah.
And I
And
always did give you money. But
he
you call
blabbed
you
it amongst he blabbed it to like gay men who he wanted to be accepted by.
yeah.
He wants to be accepted.
Some people you can't help though. When he was accepted with people that cared for him and his well-being, he didn't appreciate it. That's why you walk on the streets now. You see what I'm saying? And he get a check, and if there if you have like a mental problem or a physical problem and can't work, okay, you get a check. Well, you will get housing, but see, he can't get that because he want to keep a rough house. Ain't nobody gonna let you live off the state and they pay your rent, or you have to pay $25 rent every month, and you got a rough house over here. Your
Right, right,
neighbors
right,
are
right, right.
complaining. The police are
Right.
always at your house. So you get put off of housing. You did
Hmm.
this. Did nobody do this? You could go out in the streets and act a fool, but don't act no fool where you lay your head and wind up homeless.
Hmm.
And wind
I'm
up
looking at the chat, and the Sims overdose had typed um now Shakina was trying to exploit that man. That may be so.
it
You
might
know,
be so. But
I'm not denying
he,
that.
he, he want to get no
That
clout
may
off
be
of that
so,
man.
but we know that she was creating a reality show, and that's
Yeah,
what all reality shows do. They exploit the cast members
he was gonna
that
get
are on it.
paid.
And so I don't mind if he was, because he allows himself to be exploited by people who he live with
He
and
getting
people who
exploited
he
every day
hang.
on YouTube.
Yeah, like people who
He
can't
ain't
give him
getting nothing.
money, who can't give him a check. Right. He gets exploited by them. So I wouldn't mind that. But at least he could have said, like, I've done a show. You
And
see what I'm
he
saying?
would have had money because he would have had a different check coming in. He
Yeah.
wouldn't have been
I
doing
don't
that
know
free.
anybody that's checking for Shamarco for his music. I ain't gonna lie.
Uh-uh. Well, hey, if he's so great and everybody clout chasing on him, why come he ain't went to step B? Why he
What was that?
homeless?
Right. And I'm sure
Get
he
us
gets a social if he
yeah,
I'm
he
sure
get
he
a
gets a
check.
social security check.
He get a check and he and them people out in the streets that he hang around with, the crowd he hang around with,
Oh,
about a third he broke. About a third he broke because he give them good time. He gonna buy them things. Or they gonna get him drunk and clip him. It's people like that all over the United States. You see what
yup,
I'm saying? They can't take care of
yup.
themselves. They can't because they trying to get out here in the world and party. Ain't nothing wrong with partying. But if you need a
Mhm.
guardian over your money, and if you and but ain't nothing wrong with a guardian over your money. They make sure your bills are paid and give you the rest that's left over. Don't think these people trying to cheat you, just trying to keep a roof over your head with your own money. But if you got a rough house and you get put out, your guardian can't do nothing for you. I don't feel sorry for him. I do not. He don't have too many chances. I don't watch him.
Too
The last
many.
time I watched him, he had got beat up and had been in jail, and then he was walking the streets.
Child, the last
He
fight that
was
he
in
got, and
another state. He was in Dallas or
listen,
somewhere.
the last fight that I've seen him get into, he actually won, and it was so weird. But I think maybe he may have maced the guy, but that didn't get him cut. But he was fighting Boski, and you
Well,
know how big Boski is.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Well,
yeah,
but
he
last time
somehow
I
won,
seen him,
and then hurried up and ran away. Okay, Boski was an
it's time
addict.
to run.
What is up,
Don't you?
Shaquille?
But I don't feel
Mm,
sorry for him. I don't seen him go through too much on here. I don't seen him do.
two.
It's from one extreme to another. It's one extreme to another because he's not a new YouTuber. He been doing
Not
this
at
for a
all.
while, for a long time, and it's the same thing over and over. He'll move in with somebody, they'll get into it, they'll beat him up or run him out the
Yup.
house and throw his stuff in the yard, and then
Yup.
he'll bum around for a while and might scuffle up and get him a little place, then get evicted because you got a rough house. All these people coming over here and they causing havoc. He get put out
Mm.
again. It's the same thing. Then I think don't he have a sister that he was living with?
Maybe I don't know. I don't know about
Well, see, this he was like running out, going out through her house, hooping and hollering, and she kept telling me like, "Go in your room, go in your room," because she didn't want to hear what he was talking about on live. She didn't want to hear that.
it. Right.
Everybody not into YouTube, but if you're a roommate with somebody, you have to be considerate of the house.
Right.
You
The
know, they
living
might,
space.
I may not want loud music in here today.
Right.
Um, I, I
Or
might go in
I
my
might not want to hear any Queenie carrying on. Like how about that?
yeah, somebody
But
hooping and
yeah.
hollering into the phone. I don't want to hear that shit today. Go in your room. Cause I'm out here with my kids and trying to cook dinner and stuff. The easiest
That
thing to
part.
do is for you to take your black ass in there and hoop and holler on YouTube while I'm watching my children, getting them fed, bathed, and
Okay.
put to bed. Why you got to be all over the house? Why you got to everybody now has got to be disturbed to listen to you cuss on YouTube?
Such a
You
queen.
know,
He needs to grow up. And he's older
he
too.
can't. He's
He's
at the
older today.
he's stuck. That's the level that he's at. That's the highest he gonna go.
He's gonna be gray soon. I'm telling you, he's gonna be sprouting gray facial hair
He
soon.
probably have it now.
So,
He probably get it
probably.
dyed. You know what I'm saying? Because some people gray early. I started graying early, early, early. You know.
Diva D had type, I'm glad they didn't put him on Bad Boy. I know, right? That would have been too
Yeah.
much for him. But he did make it to the Zodiac House, which is some low budget reality show. And he kind of was like an extent, I guess they used him for clout, but he wasn't even one of the original cast members of the Zodiac House. But I believe Ty was the person that he was living with, Ty, who he no longer really has a healthy relationship with.
Yeah.
And I fucked with Ty. I like Ty.
He don't keep a healthy relationship with nobody because he think everybody's clout chasing. He think the people that's good to him. I'm serious. He don't do them right, and they have to just leave him alone. Sometimes sometimes you just can't have people around you. If they're not good for you, why would I keep somebody that keep turmoil going on around me? I don't want to do that every day. You know, I want
Hmm.
some peace and quiet today. It's
Hmm.
okay to kick it. You know, and it's okay sometimes you gotta go off, but every day or every 2 or 3. I can't do that shit. No. Uh-uh.
Hmm.
And then
DVD
plus
said,
he should have somewhere to sleep at that he would be safe and comfortable without people
right,
stealing
with a
from
root,
him. You got a roof over your head. You can sleep
that
comfortably.
part.
You can cook when you get ready to eat without having to buy for the whole house or buy for your buddies and pals. You know, have a safe place
Hmm.
and go out in the street and kick it as big as you want to kick it. But always have somebody somewhere where you paid your rent and you can lay your head. Now that be if he could do that, that would be improving his life 100%. But he can't do that. He can't.
you see that little, you see that little dance he does.
When I want to laugh, I'll watch. If I ain't doing nothing else and I happen to scroll across him, but that's the only way I watch him because it's a madhouse. And I don't feel like a madhouse every day. I like
Hmm.
madhouse now, but not every day. And plus, his is the same day, the same thing. You know, he in love,
Yeah.
and he hugged up and dancing at the club, and you know, but then it fizzles out. He
Hmm.
might need to quit looking for love.
Hmm.
Let love look for you. I think
And
that's
I'm not
kind
gonna
of
lie. When he was on the Zodiac House, like um, he didn't really fit in, and oh gosh, it was so fake. Like the confessionals, like and how he would like carry him. You could tell like as soon as the cameras went on, like in his mind, he was like, okay, it's action. I need to do
yeah.
something. So he wasn't really natural on it. It was so lame. Like
He
he
was
was
out of
so
place.
lame in that shit. It
Well,
was
let me
so
tell you this. Now,
lame.
have you heard this? Rico the Brat. He gonna be on Baddies.
Are you serious?
New Baddies that's coming out next year. I want to tell everybody on YouTube. Let me get this and tell you so I can tell you exactly how he told me, and you can go over his channel. He has started putting up lives about it, little shorts and things. Let me see the name of it. Wait a minute.
Bad. Mm,
Baddies Southwest or something like this. It's gonna be a new show of the baddies stuff. You know what they do on the baddies, and he gonna be one of the
mm,
guys. And they start taping in October, and it's coming out in 2024. and I can't remember the month, but if you're interested, you can run over there and look at it. At his short, he had the guy that's over the baddies. He did an interview with the man last week. It was like an hour long interview. I mean, interview. The man was telling about himself and blah blah blah, and about Rico being on the show and all of that. Hmm.
Okay. His head really is gonna blow up, but I don't feature Rico at all. Not
Well,
that one.
see, now I'm gonna tell you this here. Me and Rico, we always did speak in the chat like I do everybody else. Greet you, and if you say something back
Right.
to me, hey Paulette, how you doing? And then Paulette, hey, I like you, and what you doing, or how you been doing? We would do that in the chat. Well, he started hanging around with Sanity, which ain't no problem. Oh,
Who Queen Insanity?
yeah.
Okay.
And I was the same way with Queen Insanity. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing fine. Hey, sometimes you want to say something to me, I'll say something back in the chat. No problem. Just like I do everybody else in the chat. Okay. So when me and Bree them got into it over there at Room Shakers, Sanity come out of nowhere and jumped in it. And that's when I had to drag everybody. I had to drag Bree, Snoop, RE. I thought she was jumping in it. And I swung on her, but then she said she wasn't jumping in it. She wanted to talk about something else. And I told her,
Wait a
now is
minute.
not the time.
You had to drag Bree for in regards to Rico the Brand.
No, I'm telling you what happened. I'm trying to tell you what happened.
I'm sorry.
Well, let me start at the very beginning. I hang around over at Room Shakers, okay? Me and her cool. Doing the same thing I do over here. Speak in the chat. Same thing I do in every chat I go into, speak. And sometimes Room Shakers say, Paulette, come here. Come up here. I need something to ask you. So and then I'll go up there, me and her shoot shit. That's when she really ain't got nothing to do, ain't got no content. So she can call me up there, me and her jack it off. And so I went over there one morning. Sanity hung around over Room Shaker. She would be on the panel every day. Ain't no problem with me. I enjoyed their show. So one day I went over there one morning and Room Shaker and Sanity was talking, and somebody had drugged Bree over here in the beef sector, and they talked about her weight and other things on her. When you drag, you drag. So they were discussing that drag over at on Room Shakers, Sanity and Room Shaker. And Sanity was saying how wrong it was, and they shouldn't talk about our weight. And Room Shaker was saying, "Oh no, they shouldn't have went there." And blah 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 blah. Okay, like somebody really was talking about Bree real bad. Hell, you are fat. Everybody gonna drag you for that. So then I wrote in the chat because people chatting their opinions of, oh, they shouldn't be weight shaming, and they shouldn't be doing this and doing that, and they shouldn't talk about her weight. They shouldn't try to weight shame her and blah blah blah. So I wrote in the chat, Bree ain't as nice. She can sit here and get dirty too. So it ain't poor Bree. It's poor everybody because everybody get drugged. I wrote some concern like that. And so when Broom Shaker looked down, she said, "Oh, Paulette, come up here. Let's talk about it." So I got up there and me and her was talking, and Sandy was still up there. And I say, Bree ain't nice like y'all think she is. She get out there and she drag just like everybody else. She ain't got no halo on her head. And when you're dragging, you're dragging. It ain't nobody's fault. She fat, but her own. So that's something else you could drag her on. And it ain't no poor meat in the beef sector. So she was, we went back and forth and they would say, "Oh, I didn't know that." And it was like that. And so then I said, and Bree docs, Bree lie, Bree pick at folk, Bree do this and that. But then something happened. So Room Shaker had to stop the live right there. But she said, "Hey, y'all come back in a couple of hours. I'm gonna go back live. We're gonna continue this conversation." So we just dispersed and we went out in, run the streets in YouTube. Everybody run the streets. So in the meantime, somebody went over there and told Bree or Pizarro them what I said. And so then when RuneShaker came back on, hours later, she called me back up on the panel. And so Sandy was already up there because Sandy go up there because they was cool and they were big. Uh, it's the baddies, Sims, but they was up there, so she called me up there so we
I
continued
was
the
going to ask you about that too, Paulette, for clarity, whether it was baddies or bad boys.
baddies.
Hmm.
So
Okay, so it
then
is baddies.
it's baddies. I
Also,
think it's baddies Southwest or something like that. But
yeah.
you could see
Also,
the
wait a minute. Ron P. Also, type to me in the chat what you mean by or maybe a trans character. I don't think he can be. I don't think he's trans at all, and that would be
he
a
gonna
sight
play
to see.
himself. As far as I know, he gonna play himself. Now I don't know nothing, nothing else. All I know is he got like a short up. Cause I told him, cause me and him talked for hours. Cause Rune Shaker left us on the panel. Like people leave me up there sometime and go away and run the streets and then
Yeah.
come back. Well, Rune Shaker did that, but she stayed gone a long time. But so me and Rico was stuck up there, and we were just talking. We were just talking, and that's when he told me about being on. I'm gonna be on a reality show, the Baddies, such Southwest, and blah blah blah. And so we was talking, and I say, "Well, Rico," I said, "Don't nobody know nothing about it." I said, "What you need to do is make some shorts concerning it, and you say you're on Instagram and all these other websites." I say, advertise on them too. And I say, and stream when you be live on YouTube, stream on one of them other sites that you have, a crowd at. I say, Dovey do it all the time. She on every kind of platform, and she's streaming what she said on YouTube. The people on Instagram, TikTok, wherever, they can participate. And like when Dovey doing her show, this is what I told Rico. When Dovey's doing her show, she'll, hey y'all on YouTube, y'all hang out for a minute because I'm finna talk to my Facebook people. Or then y'all hang out. I need to talk to my Instagram people. See, she's entertaining all of us at the same time. And then she go on with her show. And we all participating on the different websites. And so that's what I told Rico to start doing. Open all of them up at the same time and stream and but make sure you address each place. The Facebook place that and then now that's what he gonna start doing next. Cause like I say, you can make more money like that because you monetized everywhere. Why not get all the money you can get?
Wow.
And do your other shows. Because he say in the mornings he do like a meditation show on we'll just say Instagram. So every morning he gets up, he meditates and stuff. Why not put that on YouTube too? It's people on YouTube that like to meditate early in the morning. Everybody
True.
don't like to do it, but some people like to do it, you know. And so I told him
True.
different things like that. And I said, you need to start making some shorts concerning you being on the baddies. That's gonna bring you traffic. And I say, make sure you do this stuff on the other channels too. Do your shorts over there too. And then, like the next day or two, we go put a short up concerning his baddies show. And see, now he's doing other things and he be hollering at me in the chat on different stuff. And then when I told him about cutting up like the interviews and different things he done on Instagram and bring it over here on YouTube so we can see it, somebody over here might be interested in it. VS started doing it. You see what I'm saying? So people listen to you
Hmm.
every week and get ideas off of everybody. But VS started doing it right after that. I said that to Rico. Mm-hmm.
Wow. All
Mm-hmm.
right.
But
Well,
yeah,
I'm going to still
ain't
say
nothing wrong with that.
congrats. Yeah, congrats
But
to him.
it might be something that you could be interested in the future. In
Oh,
other,
oh hell to the no! But someone
and when
did
you get
type with DVD did type that the other Rico would be a good fit on the Bad Boys, and I agree. But yeah.
and that was brought up too over there when I was on Room Shakers because people in the chat they was giving ideas and seeing different people. Hey, can you tell them about Rico? They was doing that because they say they think Rico would be great, like for Bad Boys or whatever. But if he don't apply himself and make himself known in the areas that those people hang out in or do the casting calls, you don't make yourself available on YouTube to get in touch with them on their web, Instagram or wherever they doing these rehearsals to see if you're eligible for the show. If you don't go over there, you can't get in the show. And see, Rico been doing that. He been applying everywhere that he know of, because that's what you got to do. You get on these shows. But at least you ain't got to do it in person. You can do it on a website now. They doing their casting
Right.
calls like on the internet. And that's what Rico did. He kept going trying to do different things. And he finally got a show.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. And I told him, I'll say things about it, whenever I think about it, if I'm on the panel, I'll say stuff about it. And now I'm telling people to go look at his commercial. Like it's short. It's very short, but it is straight and to the point, you know.
Hmm.
And I
I
told him
don't,
just keep looking it up. Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen that much of him, Ron P. But I don't think I ever seen like an androgynous look. But I kind of seen like a soft and male look. But he just doesn't
Yeah.
give me woman at all.
He's soft male. I don't see woman with him. But see, I haven't asked him if do you ever dress as a woman or make up? I didn't think to ask him that when we was on the panel that night because he had the door wide open. But let me get back to what I was talking about before I so rudely interrupted myself and went off on a tangent. Go back to room shakers. So when I hit the panel, uh Brianna hit the panel. No, this is what happened. I was in the chat when I first got in there and I'm doing my thing speaking. Snoop called down there and she said, Paulette, you old bitch and this and that. And then, she did me like Ken do me. You old bitch and this and that. And when she said that, pow, Bree them started coming up there. And then I wind up on the panel. And me and Snoop was going back and forth. And then I'm watching the chat and it's filling up with beef sector people. That joker got, boy, all kind of people start falling in there. You see what I'm saying? People ain't never
Hmm.
been over there before. But it had to be a live or a text or something that they was going to come over here and straighten me out over on Room Shakers. So Brianna was up there, Pizarro, Snoop, Sanity, and Room Shaker. And so Brees wanted to know why I was over here telling the damn lies on her because she ain't no damn doxer and liar and I ain't this and that. And I was saying, Bree, you are a doxer. I was in your live when you doxed. I was in there. When you dox, you a doxer. I ain't no doxer. And she was clapping her hands like this, like a seal. I'm gonna take that mouth for you a lie. This ain't that, and just hollering and stuff. And I was saying, Brianna, you are a doxer and you are a liar. And I seen you dox. You are a doxer. Don't say you're not a doxer. You're a doxer. I just kept going on, just saying the same thing. And then finally I said, fuck it. Okay, you all right, you ain't no doxer. But you is a doxer, but I'm gonna say you ain't no doxer. 'Cause I'm tired of talking to you. And Pizarro asked me a couple of questions, but me and her, she didn't jump in it like, you know, other people did. So then Brianna left and me and Snoop went head to head. And Sandy was throwing her punches. And I was like, damn, I was like, what the fuck you doing there? I was like that. And so then, me and Snoop cussed each other out. And, she wanted to know why I hung around with a meth head and
So,
dumb shit. That dumb shit. And I was saying, Snoop, I can go where I want to go. I'm going to support. I go to misunderstood. And no, I don't know this. And no, I don't know that. If you got something else you need to ask me about her, go ask her. You know, I ain't in y'all shit. So me and her kept going, and then she finally left. So me and Sandy was up there. Well, RE came in there some kind of way. RE come over in the black sector. And when she come over there, see, I'm already worked up. I'm already fighting. You see what I'm saying? So when she started talking to me, I swung on her. And she was saying, Paulette, I'm not trying to drag you. And I ain't trying to, I come up here to ask you a question about something. I said, ninth time, And then she was saying, I was telling her, I'll come to your channel and we can talk about whatever it is. But right now, we don't need to be talking about this. Okay? And so she got out the panel. So me and Sandy was into it. And me and her, we drug each other back and forth. And I couldn't figure out what the fuck me and you into it for. Why you jump into shit? So then she left. So I was the last one up there. So then me and Rusha could talk for a while. So then after she went off, I was running the streets and I seen Sandy had a light on. So I went over there and I hit the panel. And I showed my black ass over there. And Rico jumped in it because him and
The
her was
pinkest
cool.
part.
Huh?
Okay. I said the pinkest part.
Yeah, Rico, he jumped in it. And so I cussed him out and stuff. I drug shit out of him real quick too. And I drug Sanity. And so I got tired of fooling with him because I had been up all night.
But you guys are cool, right? You and Rico, right?
Now we are. But see, that's how
Okay.
this was the fallout. It come out of nowhere the same way with Sanity. When she jumped in over there at Room Shaker, me and her ain't had no word. And she ain't got no reason not to like me. But she wanted to jump into shit. So it was on. And so when I left there, I went over to her house and I'm still want to be into it. So I cussed him out. And then Rico started swinging because he was on the panel. He started swinging and shit at me, dragging. So I would drug him and drug her, dragging him, dragging her. They dragging me. And so I finally left. And then I was saying, what the hell? How did Sandy wind up in it? And then when I go over there to keep it going, how the fuck Rico jump in it? And it just had me, it was funny to me because I was saying, hey, shit. And so then since then, we have been into it. And it wasn't no bad into it. Sometimes we would drag each other. I just quit speaking to him. That's what I did. I just wouldn't even acknowledge him. So they would started coming in Tracy chat. Because see, they didn't fool with Tracy. So, but then they started coming in Tracy chat. And so it's Tracy channel. I didn't mess with them and they didn't mess with me. We were still in the same chat and I'd be on the panel sometime. And so I was at Room Shakers or Misunderstood one of them. Insanity. No, we was over Misunderstood. In some kind of way, Sandy name came up, her and Rico, because I had talked to them about them because they said jumping me. And so Tracy them called them over there because Rico hung around over there, Misunderstood. So here him and Sandy come. And we drug each other, and Tracy was dragging too. And they finally left. And Sandy later on, me and her talked, and she said that she told a lie. She said that me and her was into it because she was in Tracy's chat and she wanted me to tell Tracy something. But she never asked me she never asked me nothing to tell Tracy. And bitch, why come
Wait
you
a
can't hit the
minute.
panel?
I'm looking. Can you check to see if Tracy is live? I'm thinking Tracy is fucking
Ooh,
live.
is there something going on? We done missed
If
some,
we
y'all.
Octavia, stop lying. I didn't jump into any beef. Okay,
Wait a minute.
is she live? Because my devices are
Wait,
retarded.
wait. Yes. Hey, bye,
Okay,
y'all. Bye,
thank
chat.
you. So wait a minute, but don't jump off. Say you did your goodbye, but thank you so much, Miss Paulette, for joining us. Okay, I made this whole thing about Miss Paulette, but we are going over there in PC's land, you guys. Thank you guys so much. Please like the video before running, you guys.
And
Okay,
y'all, I'll
thank you
be back
guys so
another
much.
time.
Okay, thank you so much for everything. Appreciate you. Okay,
Bye, everybody.
All right, bye bye.
Okay.